Get this right. And then what? I'm going to start doing my Alright, we have started, and it looks a lot different than it did in the winter time. I'm going to grab a handful of these markers. Boy, I'm having a hard time seeing them markers. Do you see one? I don't. Let's just go ahead and stick one right here. Another marker right up here, where we can see it right here. Hey! And you can see we got some shit there. And man, I'm telling you right now, I don't see these markers that good. They're not that good for me because I can't see them. I need something longer than this. So I'll know next time I come down. It doesn't look like this is very easy terrain to cover, does it? But we're going to move on. We're going to take our time. Hey! Yep. And of course you've got your broken beer bottles and shit like that, and broken glass, because basically we've got a bunch of people that don't care about other people, which they're everywhere. So you got your garbage all along the trails, including broken bottles. If it was in the winter time and all these brush wasn't here, I'd probably be able to just follow the beer cans. These are not good mountain hiking shoes, and they're almost completely worn. So if I end up getting to a spot where I just need a little bit more oomph than what I've got, then so be it. Last time I was up here, it was early. Hey! Ha! Yeah! Last time I was up here was early. And let's just keep going this way. And keep putting shit down. Markers and shit. So we're going to put a marker right here. And I don't care for these markers. They're not long enough for me to see. I now know that. Yeah! And I do believe it was right up here about where I left off. Because I had climbed over these boulders here. And right up here is where it happened. Where I sprayed myself with bear mace. Which is kind of on the dumb side. And I do believe I've learned my lesson. This is a different kind of climbing than what I'm used to. Because you're climbing over rocks and boulders. But they've got the other one all set up where I'm hoping the terrain gets easier than this. If it doesn't, I'll be turning around and I won't be coming this way. So, alright, we're heading up. I should have checked my elevation while I was here. Let's check our elevation real quick. Let's see. Elevation is here. It takes it a minute or so to get working good. And that's why I bought my magnifying glass. I've already climbed about 110 feet in elevation. We're at 7,596 feet. I started off at about 7,480 feet. There's cougars out here too. Cougars and bears. I've seen a cougar on the trails. Good distance, and I didn't even know he was there. Saw him in the picture. And then looked like he had a chunk of food in his mouth. At any rate, you never do know what might be up and along the sides of these cliffs. You could get ambushed here very easily by a cougar. And then the terrain's actually easier to travel than it was back there, but the problem is the trees in the way. I'm starting to think I ought to have a little handsaw if I'm going to follow this trail all the time, and just make it a little easier on me by cutting away some of the trees. Hey! Yeah! Go for another 2 or 3 minutes. Now we're going to check blood sugars and all that good stuff. Well, I think here's as good a place as any. Let's go ahead and check our elevation. I'm going to say I'm about 150 feet up, maybe less. And I'm going to put a little section in here for the gang stalking. I can't give my fellow targets a lot of advice because I'm not doing well with the gang stalking myself. But there's one thing I know for sure. By the way, I'm hiking. It's my first hike since they fixed my eyes, and I got my blood pressure going right. There's one piece of advice I can give you, and it's one thing that I did not understand because I didn't even know I was getting gang stalked. But when you've got large groups of people harassing you, hey, what you need to do is you don't need to let them get inside your head. Yeah. Hey. This is what I was hoping for, where the trail would get easier to traverse. Gonna have to pull out my We've done it. $7,749 feet. I started off at 7,480. That's the one thing I did learn. Don't let gang stalkers get inside your head. One thing about happiness and unhappiness, they're states of mind. Your unhappiness or your unhappiness comes from within. That's your psychological state. External forces can affect your psychological state, but it comes from within. If you're really down about the attacks on you, basically you need to surround yourself with like-minded people, maybe with some people that will give you support, and then, which I've done by going to the TI videos. And then you're going to need a good balance of things that will make you happy to try to counter the things that are making you unhappy. Coming up. Well, I don't know how much further we got to go, because it looks like we're pretty close to the top of the ridge. So let's just keep going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take something with me and cut some of them branches next time, so that there's a little bit of an easier trail, as I plan on coming up here all the time. If I can just find my way over to my old trails, which are west of here, by about 200 feet approximately, maybe further, 400 feet. Well, yeah, I'm definitely going to need a good pair of mountain hiking boots. These boots are completely worn. I take it off and show you. And when you're walking along the edge of shit like this, you need better grip. Let's see how far we've come. Man, I hate to just stop because I feel like we're getting near the top. But what I don't like is the trail's turning a little bit to the side, and I don't got much in the way of grip on these shoes, which is a little bit aggravating. See, if you were walking and you caught your foot in one of these vines, one of these branches down here, shit, you could fall a long ways. Hey! Yeah! So it looks like we're going to have to go down this way a little bit. Right here. I think this is where I should stop, man. It'll give me more of an adventure next time I come. So, I was going to say, let's go ahead, put a bunch of markers up here so I know where I've been.